You wanna stay and hang out? Yeah, you wanna do some yoga together, Cloud? Okay, you can do some yoga with me. Hello and welcome. My name is Faye, and this is Cloud, our little special guest today. And today we have a 45-ish minute yin yoga class, a nice full body stretch, and help us relax and unwind for the rest of the evening or relax wherever you are. So all you will need is some space. There are no props required, but if you'd like to grab some blocks or blankets or pillows to help support your practice in any way, that is totally welcome and encouraged, but you don't need anything other than yourself and a little bit of space to move around. Today we have a slow practice, so we'll hold just a few different poses, but we'll hold them for several breaths to really sink into the posture. So we'll go ahead and get started, and you want to make your way into child's pose. You have a few options here. So the big toes can touch. You can sit back on your heels and take the legs wide, or maybe you opt to bring the legs in closer together. You can adjust and situate yourself in a way that feels good for you when you get there. And when you are ready and comfortable, you can lower yourself down onto the mat, extend the hands out forward. Option also have a block or pillow underneath the face here, or otherwise allow it to rest on the mat in between your arms. And maybe you make some adjustments here to help settle yourself further into the ground. And we're finding our first posture, child's pose. You might start to tune into the breath, noticing where you feel the breath the most. Is it in the nostril, the throat, the belly, or maybe even the side body or back body? There's no wrong answer here. We're just taking a moment to simply tune into how we're breathing and feeling in this moment. What makes yin yoga different from other types of yoga classes is this essence of accepting what's there and settling into a posture and seeing where you can soften and relax. Yin is often practiced cold because it gets into more of the plastic tissues of the body, such as the bones and cartilage and joints. This can also be a great way to start practicing focusing on the breath, allowing the mind to be calm and relaxed. Often we come to the mat with lots of thinking and lots of things that might be going on around us. And in yin, we're noticing those thoughts, those feelings, whatever might be going on, and seeing if we can observe it. If we can be a passenger to the thoughts, to the sensations that are showing up. And if at any point a posture feels uncomfortable, please take the independence and intuition of your own body and mind to back out of it, use a prop, or find a way that feels better for you. Slowly start to deepen the inhales and lengthen the exhales. We're just here for a few more breaths. Maybe you can notice if you can send your breath to any areas of tightness or discomfort. And see if you can relax and soften the face, the hands, the jaw, the back. the legs. Slowly start to inhale gently, walking yourself back up into a tabletop position. And we're going to slowly start to walk our hands out for a puppy pose. Option to always lower the elbow down and extend one arm out, or lower the head down on both arms and stay in this posture. Otherwise, if you'd like, you can continue to walk the hands out all the way until as far as you can reach, and slowly start to melt the heart forward towards the ground. Relax the belly. The shoulders are nice and open here. And again, if there's any discomfort, feel free to make any modifications or adjustments that might feel better for you. And once you're in your most comfortable position, slowly return your attention back to the breath. What does the breath feel like as it flows in? What does the breath feel like as it flows out? Is there anywhere in the body that you can soften and relax? Is there any holding or gripping? Can you let go? We're just here for a few more breaths. See if you can really focus on inhaling lots of air into the lungs, and maybe letting something go on the exhale. Wherever you are, you can slowly start to walk yourself back into your table shape. Send the hips back to the heels for one more child's pose. We're just here for a breath, in through the nose, out through the nose or mouth. Return back to your tabletop. Take a breath in, tuck the toes, and send the hips up and back, down dog. So this upside down V shape. We're pressing into all of our finger pads. The toes press into the ground. The balls of the feet press into the ground. Take a breath in through the nose and bend the knees and press the heart towards the thighs. Exhale, slowly lower one heel towards the ground and then the other. We'll do that again, but do the opposite foot this time. Inhale, bend the knees, sink the heart back towards the chest. Exhale, straighten the opposite leg, and lower the other heel down towards the ground. It never has to touch. And continue to maybe walk out your dog, so alternating which heel goes towards the ground and bending the knee. Or maybe you wag your tail, just sending the hips side to side. And wherever you are, relax the shoulders away from the ears. And let's inhale the right leg to the sky. Exhale, and we're going to bring it forward. So bring the right knee towards the right wrist. Lower the back leg down towards the ground. And you might notice you can bring your foot more parallel to the top of the mat, but if that doesn't feel comfortable for you, option to always take that foot and bring it closer towards the heel. And maybe you play around with flexing the foot or not flexing the foot, depending on which posture you are in. Inhale, go ahead and tuck the back toes so you have a nice long back leg here. And then you lower that back down. And this is our swan pose. We're trying to find balance between both the left and right sit bones. So if you notice maybe you're leaning over towards one side, see if you can bring a little more balance and go over to the opposite side. That might mean putting a blanket or pillow under the right hip here, or maybe some other support. If this doesn't feel good for you, you're also welcome to take the same posture on your back, or you can also bring the leg up like this and sit up. Same effect here. You can choose which one feels better for you this evening. Otherwise, if you are in this version of the swan pose, we'll go ahead and slowly start to descend down. Option to always stay upright, but if you would like to make it down to the forearms, we'll take a breath here to settle in, finding the balance again between the right and left side. I love yin yoga because I'm learning so much more about the balance that it offers. Typically, we often move and exercise in a yang style, so a more energetic, more heated flow, whereas yin brings balance by offering a more cool practice, more calm, and maybe more intensity in some ways, with having to focus on more stillness and sitting longer in these postures. But it offers us an opportunity to kind of check in with ourselves, notice where we need to soften, notice if we can offer a little acceptance and kindness. We're here just for a few more breaths together. If you're on the forearms, maybe you want to go ahead and lower the forehead towards the ground. And again, if the sensation ever becomes too intense, feel free to back up, take that seated version I showed you, or always bring that heel, again, closer to the hip, closer to the groin, and that'll take the sensation a little more mild. Wherever you are, maybe you slowly walk yourself back up into an upright swan position. Tuck that back toe, send the leg back into a downward dog. And we're just going to slowly walk our down dog, alternating the heels, maybe wagging the hips from side to side, just finding any gentle movement that might feel good on your legs. And notice the sensation in the hip maybe as the blood starts to run back into the hip socket. We have this synovial fluid that helps our joints move. And when we are in these deep postures, it's cool because it like kind of compresses the fluid out. So then when we sit back up and kind of get out of that deep posture, all that clean or new fresh fluid just kind of moves back in there. The blood gets circulated again. It's a great way to strengthen the joints and the bones. All right, so wherever we are, let's go ahead and roll out to plank. Lower all the way down to the ground. Rest one hand and one hand on top of the other and relax the forehead towards the ground. Go ahead and bend the knees and windshield wiper the knees side to side. And then you can relax the legs back down to the ground. And we'll start to come up onto our forearms. So our elbows are right underneath our shoulders. And if this feels too intense on the back, you can always walk the elbows out a little bit further, or you might feel supported a little more if you had like a bolster under your abdomen or even a blanket under the abdomen to lift you up a little bit more. We'll stay here in the Sphinx pose. Breathe in and breathe out. See if you can press the toes into the ground, press the pubic bone into the ground. That helps to support the low back, maybe engage the core a little bit. And the head is nice and long because our neck is part of our spine, so we're keeping a nice long line in the back of our spine. We'll maybe add some neck stretches by slowly dropping the ear over to one side. And on the exhale, lower the chin to the chest. Inhale left to the opposite ear and opposite shoulder. And exhale, chin to chest. Inhale to the other side. And then exhale, chin to chest. Inhale to the other side. And exhale, chin to chest. Continue to explore this side to side neck stretch as gentle as you like. And maybe you even start to make some full circles with the nose, like you're painting a circle on the wall in front of you. And if you're making circles, be sure to reverse directions. And wherever you are, notice the sensations in the body, notice the breath, and slowly relax. Bring the hands together, one palm on top of the other, and reverse the palms, so change which palm is on top. Bringing in a little mindfulness to this movement, and relax the forehead down, relax the body, and let everything go. Inhale, bend the knees. You can go ahead and point and flex the toes. Maybe you give a little ankle circles in one direction and ankle circles in the other direction. Just moving your feet. And then let's slowly start to windshield wiper. Windshield wiper the knees side to side. Excellent. Inhale, go ahead and push yourself up to tabletop position. Exhale, send the hips back to the heels. Inhale, return back to tabletop position. Go ahead and tuck the back toes, send the hips up and back, downward facing dog. Excellent. Inhale, that left leg up to the sky, toes point down. And then exhale, draw that left knee towards the left wrist. And again, take this foot, either leave it towards the hip or flex the foot and bring it more parallel to the top edge of the mat. But again, sensation will speak to you, so choose which option feels better for you this evening that you can settle in. And you can go ahead and tuck the back toe of the back leg, and then just make sure you're up nice and tall, evenly balanced between the left and right side. You can release the toe down towards the mat. And option to stay here. And again, if this doesn't feel right for you, you can always have the option to come back to your seated position and cross the foot over and hug the leg in. You're going to get a similar sensation as well. So do what works for you this evening. And so in this swan position, feel free to stay upright here once you feel balanced and even, or slowly start to walk towards the forearms. And notice how you feel. Notice the breath. Notice any gripping or clenching in the jaw, or anything where you can relax and soften. Focus on the breath in and focus on the breath out. If the mind begins to wander, like the mind naturally tends to do. Be kind to yourself. Hi, baby cloud. You good boy? Be kind to yourself and offer yourself compassion for the thoughts that you might be thinking, the limiting beliefs that you may be experiencing. And gently return your focus back to the sensation of breathing. Feeling the ribs spread as you breathe in, and then feeling the ribs contract back in. Option to stay here or relax the forehead down to the mat. In yin yoga, you may experience sensations like throbbing, tingling, or any sort of maybe different sensations than you're used to because we're holding these poses for longer. And of course, if there's any pain, like sharp shooting pain, of course, always listen to your body and back out. But if it's just a slight bit of discomfort, see if you can send the breath there. See if you can relax and soften the jaw, the face, the arms, the body, and sit with maybe the little bit of discomfort. In life, we don't always have happy moments. Sometimes we have moments of discomfort. And this is where we can bring our yoga practice from the mat to our real life, of learning how to be okay when maybe we don't feel our best, when we are feeling upset or overwhelmed. We can acknowledge that it's there, but not let it take us over completely. This is one of the lessons that yin yoga can teach us. Breathe into the discomfort. Remember that you are safe. You always have the option to come out of a pose or move into a different variation of the pose to better support yourself. On your next inhale, if you were laying down, slowly, gently, and kindly walk ourselves back up. Go ahead and tuck the back toe and send the leg back up into your down dog. Whew. How does that feel? Do you notice a difference between how your leg felt before you did the swan pose and how it feels now? All right, friends, slowly start to walk your dog, maybe wag your tail side to side, bend one knee and straighten the other. Maybe you even send the hips back, knees down to your child's pose. And wherever you are, go ahead and make your way onto your belly. We'll extend the hands out to a T. Bring that right hand into the chest, and we'll take that right knee, go ahead and bend it, flex the foot, and then the left arm will stay out as you slowly start to roll over onto the left shoulder, tucking that back leg, that right leg behind the left. So we have a nice, relatively intense shoulder stretch here. Option to leave the hand here, or maybe you bring the hand back behind you. You can have the thumb press into the low back, kind of like maybe into the back pocket. If you were wearing jeans, you could put your hand back there. You could even clasp your hands together depending on your shoulder mobility. Definitely don't have that, so I prefer to keep my hand here for offering me a little stability to make sure I feel safe and comfortable in this posture. So again, listen to what works for you this evening. On your next inhale, you can slowly start to roll over onto the belly. Bring the hand back into the chest area. Go ahead and bend the knees. And just windshield wiper the knees side to side. Maybe extend the arms out to a T. Give ourselves just a little gentle break here. And so now we'll take our left hand, bring it towards our chest, and then slowly take our left leg, bend at the foot, and then slowly start to roll over onto our right side. Same options here. The hand can stay planted in front of the face. Maybe it even extends up, or maybe you take it back behind you with that thumb pressing into the low back area for a little gentle bind. Choose the option that feels best for you in this moment. Maybe you notice how maybe one side feels different from the other. Often our bodies aren't symmetrical in the sense that we tend to be more flexible or more mobile on one side than the other. It's perfectly normal. Continue to breathe. Maybe you experience the rib cage expanding on the ground and then contracting on the exhale. Wherever you are, you can slowly start to roll back over onto the belly. Place one hand on top of the other in front of the face. And relax the forehead towards the ground. On your next breath in, we'll go ahead and start to roll over onto our back. Just set up for some supine twists. Let's take a full body stretch, hands overhead, toes point down, reach, 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 and then exhale, draw the knees into the chest. Maybe you give a little rock side to side, or give a gentle squeeze into the chest. Relax the face and the head back down to the ground. And extend the left leg out long. Keep the right leg hugged into the chest. Give it a little gentle squeeze. And then on your next exhale, let's go ahead and bring the right knee over towards the left side. It can cross over. You're welcome to have a support under the leg if you like, maybe a pillow or blankets, or in between the legs. That can feel great as well. The hands can come out to a T, or maybe goalposts, or maybe you even turn the gaze either from straight at the ceiling over to your right shoulder. So we're bringing the twist in the spine all the way up to the neck. If this doesn't feel good for you, option to always bring the knees together for a twist, or any other variation of a supine twist that might feel good for you. Maybe the left hand rests on the right thigh. Option to also stay here or move into cat pulling its tail. Yes, that is the name of the pose. You bend that extended leg. So the left leg, you're going to bend the knee and then reach with your hand towards the foot. And you're going to gently pull the foot in as we gaze over the right shoulder. Notice how you feel. Become aware of the breath. And see if there's anywhere that you can soften or relax. Twists are great to help support digestion. They also just feel really good on the back. In this cat pulling its tail, you're also getting a little bit of a quad stretch and knee stretch here too. We're doing a lot with this one posture. And we're honestly just letting gravity do the work here. Allow yourself to relax and soften. And if the hand was reaching for the foot, you can release the foot back down, roll back onto your back. Notice how good that feels. Allow the soles of the feet to be on the ground. Maybe the knees rest in towards each other for constructive rest for just a moment here. On your next exhale, lower the knees over to one side. Inhale the knees back to the sky. And exhale the knees over to the opposite side. Inhale, return back to center. Let's go ahead and hug the knees into the chest. Give yourself a little gentle squeeze. And relax the body out nice and full. Nice full body stretch. Fingertips reach up, toes point down. And inhale, let's draw that left knee into the chest. Give it a gentle little squeeze. And then on your exhale, we'll take the left knee and slowly start to walk it over across the body to the right side as the hands come out to a T. Gaze can stay up at the sky or maybe come over towards the left shoulder. Breathe into this twist. Allow yourself to feel rooted down to the ground in both of your shoulders. And if that means your knee is coming up a little bit higher, that's okay. We're letting gravity do the work here. And options, of course, to do any other type of supine twist. So maybe your knees are together, either crossing over each other. If you're here in this version of the supine twist with the leg extended, Option to bend the extended leg and reach with the left hand for that toe or foot. And we're doing our version of cat pulling its tail. Getting a nice little gentle quad stretch here, as well as a twist. You're doing great. Relax the jaw, the face, even the grip of the hand. See if you can soften it. And wherever you are, you can release the foot if you were holding on to it. We'll go ahead and extend the legs out nice and long. Maybe we take our hands under our head, support our head a little bit, and point and flex the toes. Bring the knees up, relax the knees in towards each other, constructive rest. Allow the spine to reset. On your next breath in, go ahead and extend the legs out and the arms up above for a nice full body stretch. And then exhale, draw the hands back under the head. Use the other hand maybe on top now. And let's inhale, and we'll draw our legs over to the left side. Pick up the head and, oh, hi, Cloud, head and shoulders, and bend over to the left as well. So we're making this kind of banana shape with our body. You'll have to excuse my stuffiness. I'm still, I guess, recovering from COVID. I feel great except for the congestion part, so apologies for the stuffy nose. I'm only human after all, so here we are in this banana asana shape. Yes, it's called banana pose. And we should feel a nice side body stretch all the way from the ankles, especially in the hips and the side body. Option to also cross the leg over to bring the left leg over the right. Yes. To deepen the stretch. Breathe into the side body. Allow spaciousness and openness to be there. Maybe you even take the hands and extend them up overhead. Maybe you interlace the fingers in some way. And on your next inhale, slowly start to unravel. Bring the soles of the feet to the ground. Allow the spine to reset. Hands can come up above the head in like a diamond shape. or maybe down by the side of your body, whichever feels better for your shoulders. And we'll go ahead and extend, oops, sorry, Cloud, the legs out nice and long. Take the hands underneath the head to support the head. Inhale, lift the head and shoulders and bring it over to the right side now. And then on your next inhale, lift the legs up and slowly walk them over to the right side. Keep the hips onto the ground. And allow yourself to feel the sensation of the stretch all along the left side body. Breathe and create space in the rib cage. And soften and relax the jaw, the face, the entire body. Option to take the right leg over the left, maybe deepen the sensation of the stretch. Maybe the hands come up above the head as well to deepen the sensation of the stretch in the shoulders. Breathe into areas of tightness. And simply allow yourself to be. Wherever you are, you can slowly start to unwind, bring yourself back into center, bring the soles of the feet to the ground, windshield wiper the knees maybe side to side. Inhale, draw the knees into the belly, give yourself a little bit of a squeeze, and go ahead and set up for a shavasana that feels comfortable for you. We're just here for a couple moments. So whether you take constructive rest with the soles of the feet on the ground and the knees collapse inwards, or maybe you take traditional shavasana with the ankles and feet relaxed onto the mat, the hands, palms facing up, fingers kind of curl in to make sure there's no effort here. Or just take this time to let our body absorb our wonderful practice that we just did, and give our mind and our body some physical rest here. Slowly begin to relax the eyes down if they aren't already. Relax the face, the jaw, the shoulders, all the way down to the fingers. Relax every part of your body. Allow yourself to feel supported and grounded wherever you are. Allow your breath to be soft and relaxed. And I'll keep track of the time, so just stay here and enjoy this short little shavasana that we have to help us absorb our practice. Slowly start to deepen the breath. Breathe in through the nose and a long, slow exhale out through the mouth. Invite a little movement to the fingers and the toes, gently waking them up. And inhale the left arm up to the above your head. And slowly start to bend the knees and roll over onto your side. Using your arm as a little rest for the head. You can keep the eyes soft or fully closed if you like. It is often in stillness that we give ourselves the ability to check in with our needs, check in with how we are truly feeling and what we are experiencing. So I encourage you to continue to find stillness throughout your days and nights, whether that's just for a couple breaths or maybe this similar 45-minute yen practice, whatever it looks like. Know that it's for you. And slowly start to walk yourself back up into an upright seated position. Maybe the legs are loosely crossed in front of the other. Let's inhale our hands up to the sky. Exhale, hands down to heart center. We'll close this practice with just a couple breaths together. Nice big breath in through the nose. Fill all the way up. Open the mouth. Exhale, sigh it out. Excellent. One more time. Big breath in through the nose. Fill all the way up. Open the mouth. Exhale, sigh it out. Bow your chin to your chest if this calls to you. And just simply thank yourself for practicing and moving and allowing yourself to be in stillness. Whenever you're ready, begin to blink the eyes open if they were closed and welcome yourself back into your physical space. May you go in peace and continue to find stillness and ease and peace throughout your day or night or wherever you are. Thank you so much for practicing with me this evening. And if you were here and you made it all the way to the end of the practice, make sure to leave a comment down below letting me know how it went for you. Let me know where in the world you are tuning in from. And if you enjoyed this, make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel to help other people find these practices. And I will see you next Monday at 8 p.m. Eastern Time for another evening of relaxing yoga, and I can't wait to share that with you. So thanks again, everyone, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your evening or day wherever you are. Bye.